Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. In this video, I would like to review your answers from my questions last week, and here I will review it one by one, so just be patient to know your turn whether you are right or wrong, and don't forget to also pay attention to your friend's answer. So let's start it from the group 1. Should we start from the group 1 or start from the question 1? What do you think? Okay, maybe we start from the question 1. So the question 1 was done by group 3. There are Chandra, Alfia, Nida, Naimatul, and Alvina. And the question is, explain each of the following statements using supply and demand diagrams. 1. When a cold snap hits Florida, the price of orange juice rises in supermarkets throughout the country. Okay. Then, when a cold snap hits Florida, means the crops will damage. When the crop is damaged, then the orange, including of the crop, the orange production will reduce. When the orange production is reducing, it means the production of orange juice will decrease too. When the production of orange juice decrease, the curve of supply will shift to the left. Means the supply decreases. It will shift to the left. Okay, so what does it mean? What does it mean? It means it will have the new equilibrium price and new equilibrium quantity. You can see here the price will increase and the quantity in the market will decrease. And let's check the answer of this group, and I think this is true. The explanation is very good, and that's true. Congratulations. Now the B point. When the weather turns warm in New England every summer, the price of hotel rooms in Caribbean resorts plummets. Yes, plummets means significantly decreased. Okay, so when the weather turns warm, usually in the cold or in the winter, people will go to Caribbean to have holiday because they need warmer weather. But when in New England the weather has been so warm, then they do not need to go to the Caribbean, of course. It means the preference of the consumer to go to the Caribbean is decreasing. When the preference of consumer is decreasing, it means the demand will shift to the left because the preference to go to Caribbean decreases. Okay, this is demand accent. This is the first equilibrium. Now we have the new equilibrium here. As you can see here, the price will decrease and the quantity for the consumer who goes to Caribbean's hotel also decreasing. And let's check the answer. How about the supply? The supply remains the same. It's true, the demand remains the same. And the question is very good. It's true. Okay, congratulations. Next. When a war breaks out in the Middle East, the price of gasoline rises and the price of a used Cadillac falls. Okay. First of all, you have to know that gasoline and Cadillac is complementary goods. Cadillac is a type of luxurious car, and gasoline is the things that makes the Cadillacs moving, right? The energy of that Cadillacs, the energy of a car is the gasoline. So gasoline and Cadillac is a complementary good. Okay, let's see why the price of gasoline rises. Because there is a war in Middle East, then the production of gasoline will reduce. When the production of gasoline reduces, okay, I need to erase it first. Where is it? What happened when the production decrease? Okay, first, don't forget to always draw the default of supply and demand first. So this is supply, this is demand, and this is equilibrium. This is the first price, and this is the first quantity. Then there is a war in Middle East. It makes the production of gasoline cannot be optimum. So the production of the gasoline will decrease. That decrease will make the supply curve shift to the left. When the supply curve shifts to the left, you can see the price of gasoline will increase and the quantity in the market will decrease. It makes the new equilibrium when the price high and the quantity low. This is for the gasoline. How about the Cadillac market? Okay, for the Cadillac market, remember Cadillac is a type of luxurious car. When the gasoline becomes so expensive, people's preference to buy Cadillac will decrease because they cannot afford to buy the gasoline even they afford to buy the Cadillac. When the consumer's preference decreasing, it means the demand will decrease too. When the demand decreases, it will shift to the left side. Let's see here. The demand shift to the left side, making the equilibrium change from this one into this one, and the price, you can see the price is falling and the quantity in the market is also falling. Now let's see here. Okay, so here I think you make some mistakes here. The customer preferences, the consumer's preferences is falling is true, but the supply still remains the same. The supply does not change, so don't make any change for the supply. No need to make any change for the supply. Okay. Then number 2. An increase in the demand for notebooks raises the quantity of notebooks demanded but not the quantity supply. Is this statement true or false? Sorry. Excuse me. Okay, it's hard to make a video, I know it, but I'll try the best for you, okay? Well, back to the second question. You said that this statement is false. An increase in the demand for notebooks raises the quantity of notebooks demanded, but not the quantity supplied. It is true that an increase in demand does not cause an increase in supply, but an increase in demand does move along the supply curve, which increases quantity supplied. An increase in demand causes an increase in quantity supplied and the price as we move along this supply curve. Wow, this is an amazing answer, and it is true, but this is for the long term. But in the short term, the statement is true, because in the short term, the producer doesn't have enough time to add their supply. But in the long term, this statement is false, because in the long term, everything is changing, include the demands and also the supply, same as your explanation. So your explanation is very true for the long term, but in a very short term, the statement is true. For the long term, the statement is false. I hope you know what I mean. Okay, this is from group 3, who answered number 1 and number 2. You did very great and congratulations for you. I'm very proud of you. And in the next video, we are going to discuss the next questions. See you.